And welcome back, this is Ballerscuba with more Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3, The Story So Far. Shion and the others successfully stole the vessels of Anima and attempted to make their escape from Labyrinthos. But when Shion heard her mother's name amidst the enemy communications, she grew frantic. Ignoring orders for her to stop, she dashed off alone towards her mother's hospital room. On the way, the Red Testament appeared before her again. And as Shion steeled herself for a fight, the Testament removed his mask, revealing the face of her beloved Kevin, who had died years ago. The shocked Shion was discovered by soldiers and captured. That catches us up to the beginning of Chapter 7. Since we are at the beginning of a chapter, no current objective, let's get Chapter 7 underway.
The Red Testament.
Didn't you recognize his voice, Shion? How long were you guys dating?
That was Kevin.
Yes, it was.
Kevin is dead. Was that just an illusion?
Shion, are you being purposefully slow here? Or are you forgetting about Virgil entirely?
No, Lieutenant Virgil was really there too.
Alright, she's starting to add things up. It takes her a little bit sometimes.
People who are dead are revived as testaments.
That seems to be apparently what happens.
Kevin said he came for me.
I'm not sure I want to read too much into that.
Does this mean the testaments aren't our enemies?
To be fair, the Testaments probably could have wiped out the entire party at any point throughout this entire series. So, enemies might not be the right word for them. I mean, they pretty much snapped away the Proto-Omega from existence. Imagine what they could have done to you, Shion, in your cleavage-revealing top. Why is it sticking out to me right
Is
now?
that her? She's part of the group that stole the vessels of Anima?
She is, and they didn't steal all of them, which is still kind of weird to me. Also, this is probably the point where I start thinking to myself, okay, either the game designers didn't think this time travel thing through properly, or time travel rules are not what I am used to. Because you can make the argument for other people not recognizing the party. Margulis, I would make the argument, would remember that he captured somebody named Shion who stole the vessels of Anima, and then he finds her like 14 years later. Granted, he didn't have too much to do with Shion, but he would remember, damn it.
Yes, she's been babbling things to herself and ignoring our questions.
Welcome to my world. She's been babbling things to herself and ignoring my questions for 2.5 games now.
Pellegrini, did you notice?
She has futuristic tech on her, like that connection gear with a vaporizer plug-in.
Those eyes, they look just like his.
Whose? There are two people that I think would qualify for that, and I don't know which one you're talking about. But apparently Pellegrini knows.
They're the eyes of one who continues to defy us.
My money's on Jin, then.
Call Supervisor Uzuki and Kevin Winnicott. Have them join me for the interrogation.
Is that really part of their job?
Yes, sir.
He runs off.
You're calling the supervisor to the interrogation? Why?
I'm a little bit more concerned about Kevin, but sure, why the supervisor?
It seems this woman attempted to make contact with both of them not long ago.
He's not gonna continue on about the eye thing? I mean, Suo is Jin's father. You do know that, right, Margulis? You should.
Then the theft of the vessels of Anima occurred.
We also tried to make contact with Yoki Mizrahi and actually did that. I don't see you calling him in either. Also, this would be a good point to bring up. Security cameras. Do you guys have them? Do they work? Can you check the footage?
The operation was performed quite smoothly.
I disagree with you there.
Do you mean they have inside information?
We have blueprints and everything.
Whatever the case, if we don't verify her identity, our future plans could be in jeopardy.
Let alone our future.
Winnicott!
What are you doing here?
Supervisor Uzuki, what do you want?
What are either of you doing here?
If you need to talk, couldn't it wait until later?
Yeah, I'm busy staring right now.
What's the meaning of using the 27 series Asura? Those are solely for experimental use.
What's with everything in this game not being fully ready by the time that we need it?
They're still unstable. If they go out of control, we won't be able to rein them in.
This is like the 5th thing that... We need these now. They're not ready!
And?
What, you're okay with them being out of control?
Their combat abilities will be as expected. That's all that's needed.
That's absurd. They can't distinguish between an enemy and an ally.
I don't think you fully appreciate how much of a dick Kevin is.
Are you planning to use a weapon that can only cause indiscriminate destruction?
Alright, hear me out. We stick him in a room with nothing but our enemy, and then see what happens.
When the Song of Nephilim becomes operational, everything will be resolved by the awakening of the Zohar.
No, it won't.
You're going to use the Song of Nephilim that was born from the Lemmigeton translation?
Is that the first time that we've connected those two? I feel like it is. Yeah, the Song of Nephilim is part of the Lemmigeton translation. That's an important note to keep in mind.
You must reconsider. There's still time to stop both the 27 series and the song.
Yes, we can't do the thing that you obviously want to do.
There's no other way to activate the Zohar. The descent troops have already reached the city.
Can you move? Like, just pick up the project and go somewhere else? Through the UMN? You guys seem to have some kind of teleporting technologies.
If we don't use that system now, all of our efforts will have been for nothing.
You'll still have a kick-ass design for an android.
Isn't this why you betrayed the Federation?
Why did you do that, Suo?
No,
No?
No? You sacrificed your own wife in order to save your daughter. Why hesitate now?
Everybody is in on what Suo has done.
You couldn't possibly understand. I had no choice.
Care to elaborate on that?
That's right. For the realization of our ideals, there is no other choice.
Our ideals are more important than reality.
Milsha's sacrifice cannot be avoided.
What's one planet in the scope of things? Just because it probably has billions of people on it. I'm gonna go with at least millions.
Supervisor. Oh, and you're here too, Mr. Winnicott.
Hooray, I get to do both things at once and be lazy.
What is it?
Commander Margulis requests your presence for the interrogation of the intruder.
At an interrogation? Me as well?
Oh, I get to perfect my bitch slap.
Yes. I wasn't informed of the details, so please ask the commander directly.
What's this about?
I've heard that she's a member of the group that stole the vessels of Anima.
How is everybody aware of this so quickly? Like, we did not make it very far.
It must mean she's more than just a petty thief.
Was that ever a question? We broke into Labyrinthos, made it to the very secure hangar, well, supposedly secure hangar, and stole the power generators out of things that were kind of hidden. But no, petty thief. We also had the equipment to put them in.
Margulis.
Damn it, Shion. Name, rank, serial number. That's all you need to tell them. Don't let them know that you know who they are.
Well. So, you know who I am? It seems I was right. You are more than just a mere rat.
So do, Suo and Kevin recognize her now? Not necessarily as Shion, but as somebody they talked to a couple days ago?
Oh,
You're an interesting woman. I can tell you are no spy.
You give away your secrets far too easily.
Your face betrays your every thought.
She is a little bit more expressive with her face than she used to be, at least, in the upper right corner there. I'm not seeing anything on the sprite.
I won't tell you anything.
You've already said too much.
There's no point in empty bluffs.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a bluff, but okay.
We have countless ways of making you talk.
I thought the Geneva Conventions were still in place here. It wouldn't surprise me if Margulis just didn't give a crap.
But before that, I'm going to have you answer questions from these two.
That will be even worse for you.
Tell me the truth. How much do you know about the vessels of Anima?
Honestly, probably more than you. Damn it, Shion, now you gave away that you do know something. Damn it, Shion, name, rank, serial number, just make something up.
It's pointless to keep silent.
I don't want to be rough with you. Please answer me.
Oh, that sounds so wrong.
I have nothing to say to a man who doesn't even hesitate to sacrifice his own family.
Shion, seriously. What you know doesn't need to be told to them.
What are you talking about? That's none of your business.
And at this point, it should start clicking for Suo. Wait, didn't I already have this conversation with you a couple days ago?
Besides, I didn't mean to sacrifice her.
And now Suo's giving away too much.
Then what did you mean to do? Aoi Uzuki is your wife.
Aoi, that's the second time they've said it. Hopefully, I don't have to remember how to say it. I'll probably forget by the next time it comes up. Like, how do you know all these names, Shion? Damn it, you guys are terrible at negotiation. Everybody here on screen, except for Margulis, probably.
How can you let these people do what they want to her?
Who are you?
Well, you're a lively one, aren't you?
I like lively ones.
Listen, we already know you're using the vessels of Anima as mobile weapon reactors.
Which is exactly what you guys were trying to do.
That's top secret research. Even Vector doesn't have that technology yet, much less UTIC.
Once again, terrible at negotiations here. Or at least interrogations, I should say. Seriously, you guys give away way too much information.
Where did you obtain it from?
The future.
I knew it. So it wasn't just Ormus involved in the Zohar research, but Vector as well.
Damn it, Shion!
Woman, where did you learn the name Ormus?
They were talking about it in the lobby. Shion, you gave away way too much. We're not supposed to know about Ormus yet at all. Nobody ever mentioned it. They mentioned UTIC and they mentioned Vector.
Your attitude reminds me of a man I know, and I don't like it.
Damn it, I'm nothing like my brother.
Curiosity can prove to be fatal. You would do well to remember that. You will tell us everything you know.
Actually, she probably will. She is not aware that she should probably just bide her time until Cosmos breaks through 100 walls and rescues her.
Naturally, we won't kill you, though you'll experience things far worse than death.
I'm going to recite poetry to you.
Fibronia, what's wrong?
Fibronia? Okay, number one, how'd you know we were here? Did we tell you this information? We shouldn't have. Number two, how are they letting you roam free? You are far too important to everything that they're doing.
I have something I need to tell everyone. There's no time. Hurry.
Surely we can trust her. I'm visibly upset.
Alan, how long are you going to stand there?
Until you acknowledge that I am gloomy.
Why didn't you go back and rescue the chief?
Your sister, Shion. We're still just calling her the chief, I guess.
If you'd gone right back, you might have been able to get to her.
Yeah, maybe.
We can't put everyone in danger because of Shion's selfish actions.
I thought that was the plot of these games.
But why aren't we going to rescue her now?
That's also a good question. We could just send Cosmos in, like as an infiltration unit. Surely she won't draw a crowd or anything like that.
After our infiltration, the security at Labyrinthos has been increased.
I would hope so. The security was pretty minimal last time we were there. Is it at least decent now?
If we make any rash moves, we'll only make the situation worse.
What do you mean by the situation? Like the situation with Shion, the situation with like the time travel thing?
I understand that, but while we're calmly talking about this, the chief is in danger.
That's true.
Aren't you worried about your sister?
Well, just coming out and saying it, are you? Jin's not having any of it. Actually, his silence is worse than Alan asking the question.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
The fact that Jin didn't answer is, once again, worse.
Alan, everyone's worried about her.
Just not enough to do anything.
During the Gnosis terrorism, Shion learned that our father betrayed the Federation and handed over Lemageddon to the Utic. I've kept his involvement with Utic from her.
So you knew the whole time? Damn it, Jin.
Her actions are not based on conviction. Rather, she's acting out of spite toward our father and me.
It's all about me, isn't it?
Convictions built on a weak foundation like that will crumble at the slightest provocation.
Possibly, or poking it will make them double down on it.
Thus, I'm worried. The truth that awaits her. I have a feeling there's something here that Shion must not be allowed to know.
I have a feeling there's something here that Shion must not be allowed to know. That is a very strange sentence. Do you know what this thing is? You just have a feeling that there's something that shouldn't be known. I really don't like the sound of that.
What do you mean?
That's a very good question, Alan.
I don't know what it is yet.
Well, then how do you know Shion shouldn't know about it?
But I'm concerned about the way she's been fainting lately.
Oh, that's right. She's also been prone to fainting.
You mean the way she's been fatigued?
Because apparently fatigue causes fainting.
If that's all it is, I wouldn't be worried about it.
Once again, not worried enough to exclude her from any of our infiltration activities or keep her on board the Elsa to make sure that she's okay, but worried.
What do you mean?
Her mother had the same symptoms.
Oh,
The chief has the same illness as her mother?
that is not good.
Jin! Shion's in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know that she's been captured, but we know she's still in there, so yeah, she's in trouble. Thank you for the update, Momo.
What?
Oh, apparently we didn't know this.
What is it?
Fabronia's here. Please come to the bridge.
Fabronia, I'm on my way. Surely she's not a spy or anything.
What's up?
Your friend is in danger. She's being held prisoner inside Labyrinthos. Commander Margulis plans to get information from her by force.
The Colonel?
The Colonel? No. Commander Margulis. Commander. Now, my knowledge of military ranks is pretty sparse, but I'm pretty sure that colonel and commander are two different branches of the military, let alone different ranks. Like, commander, I believe, is Navy, and colonel is more like Army and Air Force. You know, commander's on Star Trek, colonel is Stargate.
Don't tell me it's already too late.
No, she's still all right. There's someone inside taking action to aid her.
Who? Is it Cosmos? I don't see her here.
But I don't think it will delay them for long.
I see.
I guess we're not going to ask any questions about that.
But if we take on Utic with our current capability...
we might be able to wipe them out. I mean, I know it's only like 15 years, but we do have future tech.
we're going to suffer a lot of damage.
Well, I guess that's probably true.
Not necessarily.
Jin, any ideas?
Jin?
Maybe using the ESs, which they do not have?